Hello there folks, just a little unboxing video for my new BMW Motorrad Navigator VI. I'm now the proud owner of a Navigator VI, which will be replacing my BMW Motorrad Navigator IV. So this video is more or less going to be a bit of an unboxing, and then once I set it up, I'll compare the two, just at least to see how the screen looks. I know it should be, the whole reason why I bought this GPS is because it has a much better screen than the Navigator V, which in turn had a better screen than my Navigator IV. And I found that with the Navigator IV in very bright sunlight, it can get kind of hard to read. Of course, you can put a little shroud over it to help with the sunlight, direct sunlight on the screen, but still, it could do with some improvement. The function of the Navigator IV is not that bad. As a GPS, it's fine, but it doesn't integrate with the bike as well as the Navigator V, and also now the Navigator VI. So I'm hoping that this is the last Navigator that I'm going to be buying, at least for a long time, based on the cost. So let's get on with the unboxing. I took the liberty of taking the cellophane wrap off because I took some still photographs and I didn't want any reflections. I don't have a way to mount the camera directly overhead, so bear with me as I open this more or less upside down to you. First thing it comes with, you see as soon as you open the box, a reminder to register the Navigator VI, and that'll be done later on. The unit comes, as you can see, with in the box like that, in a little plastic bag. Let's take it out and do some comparisons with the Navigator IV. So these are the two units. Obviously the Navigator IV is off right now, and this is just a little protective film over it with a fake picture. But as you can see, they're about the same size. They've got to be the same dimensions so that it can fit the cradle. The back looks pretty much the same. I can say on the Navigator IV there's a speaker right here, but on the Navigator VI there's no speaker. So you have to have, I guess, the hookup with, if you're going to use this in a truck or a car, you're going to have a hookup with the vehicle speakers, or get a mount that has a speaker built in. But this one here has a speaker built in, so at least this one here, you can hear audio coming out directly from the unit, but I see no speaker on this one. Thickness wise, there's the comparison. The Navigator IV is significantly thicker than the Navigator VI, and there is a little port here on the Navigator IV. There's no similar port on the Navigator VI. So there are quite some few changes differences between the two. So continuing on, there's a screwdriver here, and I happened to look at another video on YouTube, and it mentioned that it doesn't come with the battery pre-installed, which is good, because you don't know how long it's going to stay in storage. So that's good. Comes in a nice case. So there's a case, just like the Navigator 4 and 5 before it, and probably previous Navigators. There's a case, and this one doesn't open right up. It's got two little straps here to keep it, I guess, open clamshell like, and you just stick that in there, and there you go. So that's the case. Inside this here should be the battery. Let's see. Let's get this out of there. We don't really need the box anymore. And this is the battery. Battery's got a little connector on it right here, and I guess I'll have to figure out how to put this in the unit in a minute. Also comes with a USB cable here, and looking at it, at the end of the USB cable, one end is USB, the other end is, oh, it looks just like the type of connector that would micro, is it mini or micro USB? It'll fit in my phone, so it's the same size as the USB plug in my phone. Quick start manual. So I guess you can get a larger manual online. I did download the manual online, and so it's probably got a lot more information. This here is important safety and product information in several languages, maybe 15 to 20 languages, safety information. So that goes here. So, in all, this is what comes in the package. You've got your safety information, your quick start manual, USB cable, case, navigator, and a screwdriver, and of course the battery. Have a quick look and see what it says here about the battery. I know that you're supposed to unscrew the back, so let's do that. First, let's take this plastic film off. There we go. It's off. So as I typically do, I keep my little films and stuff like that stuck on somewhere else, so in case I need to use it again, I've got it. So here we're going to do a little bit of surgery here on the back of this. Two screws. The tip of the screwdriver has got a little protective end to it. Put this in. And there's the cover off. Cover does not seem to have any kind of a gasket on it, but the gasket, there is a blue rubber gasket right here. I don't know if you can see it too well, but there's a blue rubber gasket going all around there. Right underneath here is your serial number, part number, and all of that stuff. I didn't read the book. As you can see, the book is under here. So I'm going to just plunge right in. Looking at the jack, this appears to go in. The connectors are facing this way, so you just figure out where the connectors are. I guess you can figure it out where the wires are. You just plug it in right here, like that, and then you just slip the battery in like this. It should fit. There we go, it fits. And you put the case back on and screw it back in. Make sure that you don't cross thread the screws. Oh, before I did that, I'm not sure if this comes with a slot for an expansion card. Yes, it does. I'm looking at it right here, and there is the slot right here for a micro SD card. I don't have one with me. Like I said, this is an unboxing video, so I'm going to figure that out later on and get an appropriate SD card. Probably buy a large one, maybe a 128 gig or something like that, so I don't ever have to open this back again. But I'll figure that out later on. I just want to start this thing up and compare the picture on the screen with the other one. Okay, the on button is at the back. Navigator 4 on button is at the top. Okay, so let's turn the Navigator 4 on. You probably see it there coming on. And turn the 6 on. 6 is booting up as well. Agree to that. Again, I'm sorry if you can't see as well as you should. If I had the camera mounted directly above, you'd see better. Upside down, so I'm doing everything upside down. United States is okay. I'm Canadian, but I'm living in the United States right now, so I check United States. American English, Espanol, other, Espanol. Oh, only 2 choices. What happens if I choose other? I don't know. I'll choose the American English. Usually I choose Canadian English, but or English. Here we go. Accept end user license agreement. Welcome to Garmin. Accept all. I guess I'll accept all. Agree to the warning. Do not attempt to enter route information. Blah blah blah. And right now, I've got this turned right up on maximum. So right now, the Navigator 4 is brighter than the Navigator 6. I don't have a heck of a lot of battery, as you can see, but settings. So let's go into settings. Right away, I can tell you that the touch screen is much more sensitive on the Navigator 6. Brightness 70%. This is 100%. This is 70%. So let's crank it up and see what happens. So it's 100% brightness. I'll leave on automatic off for now. And there you go. Touch and hold the back button to quickly return to the main menu. Yeah, we know that. So there are the two, side by side. This has more blue in it. Oh, the battery looks like it's going to die pretty soon. This has more blue in it. This has less blue. So that alone should be a little bit better for visibility, but we'll see. So right now on 100%, so I'm going to go back and put the display on automatic. Okay, color mode automatic, landscape, orientations, landscape, display timeout 2 minutes. Okay, that's fine. Screenshot, language and keyboard. I'm going to be looking at this a little bit more when I have more battery, but as you can see, it's fairly easy to jump right in. If you had a Garmin before or a Navigator before, it's pretty easy to just jump right in and to start setting it all up. I'm going to go into this in more detail, including putting it on the bike and after I set it up and then going for a ride. So what I'll do is I'll continue the review of this in a later video, but this is just the unboxing video for now. Just wanted to let you see what was in the package and the initial setup. There's the Navigator 6 mounted on the bracket, the Vortex mount. I did a video on the installation of the Vortex mount before, so you can check it out in my collection of videos. But one of the things that I wanted to point out is the on-off button for the Navigator 6 is behind is on the back of the Navigator 6. So it's right behind there, so it's inaccessible to the cradle because of the cradle. So it's one difference with the Navigator 4, which had the on-off button up here, so you can easily turn it on, turn it off, whatever. As you can see, the screen is kind of glossy. One member in one of the forums, the RS1200 forums, who's got a Navigator 6, had installed one of those matte type skins over the screen there. This type of film that you would put on your cell phone or tablet. He put it on there and cut down a lot of the glare. So that's one option for doing that, for cutting down on the glare. Okay, so let's see. I just turned the bike on, and right away it comes up. Bike is in neutral, so it's rolling backwards. Right now I have it on auto brightness, and it's pretty dim in here. The screen is kind of dim. It mightn't show that on the video, but it is fairly dim, but that's fine. We'll see when our first test ride how it'll brighten up in the sun. I'm hoping that that occurs, and you know, it brightens up much better than my Nav 4, because that was the whole reason for getting this thing in the first place. Now, this small video that I'm doing right now is just basically to show what I've done so far. I've got it all set up. I've gone through my pairings and everything. I've even paired my cell phone to the Nav 6, but for some reason it's not showing there as available for phone calls. So I've got to investigate that some more. But if I click on the settings, you can see Bluetooth, and you can see my Samsung is connected. I've got that Smart Link connected, right? Icon is blue there, showing that it's active, but the phone is not active for some reason. So who knows what that is? Okay, so I just bumped the jog dial to the right, and this is the screen that I've chosen, or the display that I've chosen. These are the things that I want at the bottom: the compass and elevation and time and speed. And I've also subscribed to weather. So since doing so, there's a couple icons there that are new to me, and as you can see, they've popped up there. One is a weather. It looks like a thunderstorm. I don't think there are any thunderstorms in our forecast, so that might just be a generic icon. And the other one is a little warning here. So let's click on that. ASC self-diagnosis not completed. Say, okay, small craft advisory. So what is this? Yes, it's not because the self-diagnosis routine is not. To check the wheel sensors, the motorcycle must be driven at least 3.1. Okay, so fine, that's fine. I haven't driven the bike yet with this Navigator 6 installed, so that'll probably go away. Small craft advisory. So that would probably be for the Galveston area. I'm nowhere near Galveston, I'm in Houston. So as you can see, it's not showing anything there. In terms of weather for me, I would expect that it would show some kind of a pattern on the screen, but I could be wrong. So let's go back, and ready to navigate. It really picks up the signals really quickly, I must say. Traffic, photo live traffic conditions. As you can see, there is a little readout here on the 290, which is not too far away. It's far enough away though. The 2920 is a little bit closer than the 290, but that's just giving me general area traffic conditions. So if I click on this, I should be able to see there's a little bit of yellow here, and here, and here. There's a little bit of yellow on the roadways, so that probably suggests that there's a little bit of slowdown. Traffic legend. Traffic is moving, but there's a delay. There's moderate traffic congestion. Red for traffic is not moving, and gray, there's a traffic incident. No delay was reported, so that's fine. Photo Live. I haven't subscribed to that because it's not available in my area in Texas, I guess. So no sense paying $5 or whatever it is per year for that, because it's not going to be available for me. So these are some of the. Now that's a different display here. I guess when I start writing, then I'll find out what what all shows up. Radar animation. I don't want to do that right now. Okay, trip computer, compass. Let's see the trip computer. It has no reading for the tire pressures because I haven't gone anywhere. Engine temperature, as you can see, this bike has got 16,700 miles on it, pretty much, and there's lots of readouts there. So one could leave it on that and see fuel economy. 47.1 since the last time it was reset. That's pretty good. Those are US gallons. I don't know. All of that stuff I don't bother with. Sunrise, sunset. That's all pretty neat, hey? My motorcycle information. It's got a whole bunch of information. Front tire, rear tire pressures. That's not read out because I haven't ridden it yet, like I said. So that's there. Status, again, this it says is not available when the device is in the mount. So I guess you've got to take it off to get anything there. Same with that. I don't like how this is stuck on a GS. It would be nice if it was customizable for the type of bike that you have, but oh well, no problem. There's a compass. Fuel settings, map layers, brightness. Here's the brightness. Right now it's on 20% with automatic. If I turn this off, it should brighten up. It'll allow me to brighten it up quite a bit. You see, it's getting brighter. So put it back to automatic and it goes down to 20%. So we'll see how that works out. What else? Verb remote. I don't have a Verb. Verb is one of those cameras from Garmin. Click on this menu here and you get all that stuff. So that's what's available while you're riding. So I don't know what. So let's try the jog wheel. So jogging to the right again. To the right brings up my compass. Right again brings up all of this stuff. Right brings up all of that. Right again brings me back to the maps. And left goes in the same in the reverse order. And I guess the thumb wheel is for zooming. Thumb wheel had no effect on the Nav 4 as far as I could tell, but here, oops, I bumped it to the right by accident. Here I can zoom in. So that's pretty cool. Alright. So as you can see, that the previous warning about this Smallcraft advisory is gone, and now I'm still left with those two ASC self-diagnosis not completed. I wonder what happened if I turn up the bike. It says it should be ridden at least, so I'll get rid of that when I go riding. So that's it for a short little demo of the Nav 6 without actually having ridden it. We'll continue with this review at a later time. Okay, so this is a test ride. I don't know if I've gotten the video recording from the start before. I thought I started recording from the Prism, but apparently it switched off. So I've got to say some of what I said before all over again. I have no idea what happened. Hopefully it's recording now. But anyway, what I said was the sun is directly overhead or slightly behind me, and the picture is a dramatic improvement over the picture on the Navigator 4. It's superb. Everything is nice and clear, and it looks like I'm looking at a book. The pages of advisory. I don't know why I'm getting that, but I'm not really close to any any body of water like the Gulf. The Gulf is far away, and I'm certainly not close to a big lake. But anyway, today is a little bit of wind out there, so maybe that's what it's talking about. The display is fantastic, and I'm heading for a park right now. I've got my Navigator 4 right here, and I am going to be turning that on and comparing it to the Navigator 6 so that you can see the difference. I expect that the difference will be pretty dramatic. I just wanted to have them at the same angle to the sun. I've got the Navigator 6 on automatic brightness, and that is working beautifully. Back then, a little back behind me, I had gone under a bridge, and it darkened right down. And then as soon as I came back out on the other side, it came back up to the brightness that it's showing right now. So I know the automatic is working, and working quite well. I've still got to make sure that my phone and my Prism and my Sena headset are all talking to one another and being friendly. And because I'd had that all set up with my old GPS, and now I've got to do it all over again. So like I said, I'm heading for a park, Burroughs Park, and we're going to do the comparisons there. Burroughs Park. It's a beautiful day today, and it's a Sunday, so this park is busy. Well, let's ride around and see. That parking lot there was a good candidate to stop in and check out these two GPSs. Right now I'm in the shade of the trees and it's dimmed down a bit, but it's still perfectly legible. Quite nice. Then I'm going back into the sun and boom, it brightens up again. Very, very nice. Now, where's that parking lot that I saw before? It's right over there. I want the sun behind me. Okay, looking at the vehicles on the road, I'd say maybe if I do this, the sun is right behind me. Okay. Yes, put the bike in neutral. Okay. So, Navigator 4 coming up. Approximately the same brightness. The same angle, I should say. View map. Acquiring satellites. So, I don't know if you can see that right there, but okay, let me put one on top of the other, like that. Oh, but then I'm blocking the sun from the other one, so let's put it like this.
Look at that. You see, the Navigator 4 is a little bit smoky. It looks smoky in the sun. I'm moving my camera over, hopefully that you can see. Maybe my right arm is blocking the sun. So, you can see that. Look at the difference. This is nice and clear, and that's smoky. Maybe the brightness needs to be turned up. Oh, the brightness is 100%. I can't get it any brighter than that. So, that's why I went for this upgrade. So that I can see my bloody GPS. This is amazing. So much clearer. Definitely, well, I can't say if it's if it's worth. Well, yes, it is. If I can see it, then it's worth it. It's worth the upgrade. Very pleased. Okay, that's the Navigator off. Navigator 4 off. So, I need to go get some gas and maybe continue riding a little bit. Well, I'm still riding around. Since I last talked to you, my low fuel light came on, and the warning at 50 miles range left came up, gave me a little beep in the ear. Also, traffic congestion that was ahead back there, that little warning came up, gave me another set of beeps in my ear, and presented the icon. I was able to go and see what was going on. It wasn't too badly congested. It wasn't a real big warning either, so that's kind of nice to know. When I pressed the icon for the gas stations, I was able to scroll through the listing of gas stations quite nicely. So at least the jog dial is or this little wheel, whatever you call it, works well. But right ahead there's a Shell, and there's a little icon for Shell right there. Actually, I just passed it. Like I said, I can just click on that fuel icon, gas pump icon, and have my selection of gas stations that I can navigate to. It's not really new. It's been in all GPSs that I've had, but this is the first time I'm actually using it with the Wonder Wheel. I'm probably going to be heading back towards home right now. I'm going to go on this road coming up here. I like how this GPS is giving me the next street ahead. That is really, really nice. It's telling me what the next street ahead is, and that's a very good feature. Never had that before in any GPS, and really welcome feature. The only thing I haven't tried out is the phone book, and like I said, that has not been downloaded into the GPS. So I've got to look into that a little bit more. But I've got to set up this new phone with this new GPS and get it all working together. Just a nice Sunday ride. Temperature is still, 72. The only thing I can see, now that I've got you back, God, another fly just splatted on my visor. The only, I did notice that I'm getting some reflection on the screen when I'm facing the sun. Obviously, when I'm facing the sun, it's reflecting off my white jacket, and it's showing up on the screen as a reflection. Having said that, it's a reflection that I can see past. I can still see the display very nicely. The only thing that is kind of hardish to read, and my eyesight isn't the best right now, and I need new glasses, but still, the only thing I find a little hard to read is when I overspeed, and the speed turns to red. That red is a bit bright, and it kind of gets washed out. Like right now, the speed is showing up in black, and it's perfectly clear. But once that turns to red, then it gets harder to read because the contrast is not as high as black on white. That's the only thing that's hard to read on this. And hey, I'm just over the moon with regard to the level of quality, the quality of the display. It is so nice. Is the GPS worth all of this money? Well, when I get the car kit and I roll all my GPSs into one type thing, and yes, I could say that it's worth all of them rolled together. And the fact of the matter is, this has got more features than any GPS I've ever owned. I've got it linked up to my phone, so I'm getting traffic, I'm getting weather, I'm getting various other information, so it's a lot more to have. But for close to $1,000 for a waterproof GPS, it's still whichever way you look at it, it's still expensive as hell. But whether it's worth it to you, if you're a person that likes to ride with your mind free and let the GPS do the talking, then yes, it's worth it. Even more so when you can see the bloody thing. Before, yes, I could navigate, but I wasn't always seeing what the screen was saying, depending on the sun. And now I can actually see what it's saying too. And as I mentioned, that advanced warning of the road coming up. Right now it's saying Pleasant Valley Road ahead. And as you would expect, as I pass the road, the next one comes up on the screen. So it's always updating, and that alone, it's so nice. So nice, because when you're driving in somewhere where you're actually looking for an address or something like that, you need to know in advance what the roads are coming up. Yeah, there's a car coming. Now we can do it. No, okay, let's do it. Get a little adrenaline pumping there. The RS is so quick. Very nice. It'll toddle along like a scooter all day long if you want. And then you just twist that grip and hang on. One thing I do notice is that this book, this Navigator 6 does not come with a nice book. I believe that if I check the box for this Navigator 4, if I remember correctly, it's got a pretty significant user manual, and that's for the Navigator 4. And here we've got a Navigator 6, which is more complicated, and it's just got a quick user guide. It does not have much of a manual, so I'm a little bit disappointed in that. It does have an onboard user guide on the GPS itself, but who the heck wants to look at a user manual on the screen? Yes, you always have it with you, but at the same time, it's not the same as in the book. It does not, or a PDF. I don't mind if it's a PDF and I have it on my tablet, because then it's you're going to get all the content. But when it's on the device itself, they don't show you all the case studies or the hookup scenarios that you might want to use. So it's a little bit disappointing in that regard. I still have some more learning to do, so maybe I can do a follow-up review at some time later on down the road. Maybe after I come back from my Arkansas ride, which is happening next weekend, I'll probably do an update to the review. But for now, we had the unboxing part. We had the initial mounting of the Navigator in the cradle on the bike. Then we've got the ride now, and the test to see the most important thing, which was the visibility in the sunlight. Right now I'm heading towards the sun. I'm riding into the sun a little bit. The sun is still fairly vertical. What's the time? 3:30. So I can see my jacket quite nicely in the in the screen. I can actually see the mesh and everything. All the details is there. It's like a mirror. But I can see past that those reflections. Prism low battery. So I can see past the reflections, and I can read all the information that's there. So who knows? Maybe I will put one of those matte films on it. But until that time, I think I'll go with it straight out of the box, so that when I do my follow-up review, I can say whether it really drove me nuts or not. So until that time, I'll see you in the next video. Talk to you later.